Hello everyone, today I am going to be cooking, which might come as a surprise because I know on this channel I have said multiple times that I do not cook very well, but I am hoping that the time that I spent here in Japan, that will eventually change. So before I actually start cooking, I have to do some dishes because if you guys have not seen my past vlogs, I always have dirty dishes apparently. And well, there's no real excuse, it's the truth. I very much put them off for the last minute and that has not changed. Hoping that maybe eventually it will, or maybe it won't, I don't know. Either way needs to get done. I guess what I'm going to try doing is that I know I did a poll on the community portion of like my posts on YouTube, and I asked if you guys preferred those, you know, aesthetic, quiet music vlogs that I have done before, or if you preferred the vlogs where I talk more to the camera. And well, 75% of the result was asking for me to talk to the camera, like to you guys, and it would make it more personal, and it seemed that that was more preferred. So I'm trying to do that in this video while I'm also trying to learn how to cook a new dish. So I do apologize if I am still a little bit awkward. I am going to try to get a little bit more comfortable speaking, and I don't know, I guess feeling comfortable with the feeling of actually speaking towards you guys or to you guys, since I'm more used to actually, you know, putting my subtitles and almost hiding a little bit, I won't lie. It's a little different versus speaking directly, but I do want to get a little bit more comfortable, especially since you guys seem to favor that a little bit more. I will try my best. But for right now, I am just going to do these dishes because I think it's just whack. Plus, I'm gonna have to cook, and I already know I'm gonna dirty a bunch of dishes because when I learn how to cook a new dish, it's not like, oh, you have all the ingredients and it's like easy. No, I dirty like 50 dishes even though I didn't need to, and I'm just never prepared even though I try to be. It just doesn't work out that way for some reason. The dishes itself are getting better, which is good, but it's like the cleaning up afterwards that also needs to move along with that too. I don't just want to make an okay dish and then just leave like a hot mess later. It's just going to make things harder for me. I think the reason why I'm so hesitant on learning new dishes though is because I genuinely try to put a lot of effort into learning new dishes. But the problem is that I put in all this effort. I, you know, watch these videos on how to like cook or, you know, how to make the dish, and I buy everything that I need and then I try to make it myself and then it still doesn't come out. So obviously I'm doing something wrong. Like maybe I didn't follow the recipe to a T, or I like missed something, which seems obvious, right? Like if I didn't have everything that the recipe required, obviously, but I feel like a lot of people don't follow the recipes and they make it work. So I thought I could do the same thing, but maybe that's more for like skilled, I don't know, skilled chefs or skilled people that know how to cook at home. And I am not one of those skilled people. So I'm still going to attempt, but I don't know. I guess my point is, like, I'm going to try my best here, but I don't know if it's actually going to come out. And I guess we will see what that looks like, because it is, I don't know. I just don't want to put in all the effort and then have it not actually come out. And then it's like, I put in all this effort and like, for what? And then I have like my mom and like my grandmother like in my head telling me like, oh, like you have to mess up some dishes in order to learn or in order to get better at cooking. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But I'm also like, no, but we'll see, regardless. So we finished the dishes, and right now I am going to look at the recipe that I screenshot, and I will need chicken thighs, cabbage, tofu, mushrooms, carrots, chicken stock powder, water, soy sauce, citrus juice, sesame oil, which I didn't get citrus juice, and the powder that they use, like the chili powder, but I think we will be okay with that. Or this could just be a foretelling of why this recipe does not come out. We will find out. I'm going to get the pot out that I'm using, which will be this blue Dutch oven pot. And then I grabbed cabbage. This is the tofu that I got, and then we have our chicken thighs. So we'll do that, and then what else was in there? I'm already feeling the pressure of nothing. Okay, and then we have this carrot, but tell me why I did this. I have shredded carrot. Oh no, oh my god, never mind. I remember why. He uses full pieces of carrots. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see why this is so difficult for me? I feel like I'm gonna crash out already, and I'm just getting this stuff together. Okay. Chicken stock. It actually took me a while to find this. It looks like this. So supposedly this is used commonly here in Japan for chicken stock. I'm hoping that this is the correct one. I googled it while I was at the store, at the grocery store, because I kept looking through like the aisles and the aisles and the aisles, and I just couldn't find it. So typically what I'll do, just for those of you who come here and don't speak any Japanese, I literally go to Google and I say chicken stock in Japan. Then I go to images, and then a bunch of images pop up of a bunch of different types of chicken stock that you can buy. Obviously, this came up as one of those photos, which is why I purchased it. Again, we are trying here. So that's like mainly what it is. And I am going to start cutting the vegetables. If I can find my knife. Okay. So I am going to get this carrot out, rinse it, and then I'm going to chop. I believe in the recipe that I was looking at, he chopped it in like little circles. So that is what I am going to attempt. I don't want to make them too thick though, because I know the thicker you make it, the longer it's going to take to get soft and like just like mushy. And I only got one carrot because honestly this carrot's pretty thick. Depending on how thick like these are, I might just like cut them in half. I don't know yet though. By the way, if you guys have any cooking tips whatsoever, or how it is that you learned how to cook, feel free to leave me a comment below, because I could use any pieces of advice. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why am I stuttering with the knife like that? Obviously, these got bigger, so I think I will cut those in half. Just the super big ones. Maybe it'll give them a little bit of a texture. And now that I realize it, I don't even think I told you guys what it was that I was making. Oh, I forgot the main subject of what I was supposed to be talking to you guys about. That's crazy. Am I still nervous? I don't know. I saved the recipe. I don't even know what it's called, but I saved it here. It's a healthy Japanese hot pot. That's what I'm trying to make. My gosh. Now I'm getting these two bowls just because I am going to put the carrot. I'm going to put the carrots in one because I still have to cut the cabbage. Here it is. There we go. Supposedly you're supposed to cut it in like little pieces like this. You're not really supposed to necessarily like dismantle it. Maybe I just need to like, that looks better. I don't know, that might be a lot of cabbage. I cut it all, so we'll see how it is when I drop it in there. I actually forgot one vegetable, which was the, mushrooms. I always translate the labels just in case it has extra information for me to know, I guess. Okay, it's like what they highly recommend, which is like cut the king oyster mushroom diagonally or tear them into thin strips by hand and coat with fried chicken flour. Add oil until crispy, which we're not doing, but it's okay. I've never seen an actual mushroom like attached. Let alone cook with them. I think they're so cute. So little. But I'm gonna leave the little ones as is until they get like a little thick, then I will cut them in half. Or maybe I'll cut them half and half. That way it just creates a little bit more mushroom. I low-key kind of need to hurry because, wait, what time is it? 14:31. So my husband doesn't come home till later, but the problem is I have Japanese class after this, and I still haven't finished my homework because I am not on top of it, and I put everything for the last minute. But I mean, we try our best, you know, I try. Like, cut them in half and then cut them in half again. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm worried already. I'm starting to lose the sparkle that I came in with. Now that the mushrooms are done, I'm going to focus on the chicken. They're already cut into little pieces, but I kind of want to make them just a tad bit smaller. Oh my gosh, these bowls. maybe I'll just try that for now. I just don't want them too thick because I want it to cook fairly quickly. Honestly, one thing that I really like about Japan and like their grocery store is like they have all kinds of like variations. They have like, for example, beef. We eat a lot of beef at home, and they have it like fixed in like different packaging. You know, like if you only actually want a handful of beef, they actually have a package that's only a handful of beef, like enough for like a small meal. Versus like, I know like when I was like grocery shopping at like what, Trader Joe's, Walmart, there's just like everything in America is just bigger, right? Like go big or go home, something like that. So that's something I really do like about the Japanese supermarkets. They are different, but not in a bad way at all. I just wanted to show you guys real quick that I have everything chopped up now. The carrots, the cabbage, the mushrooms, and the chicken. I still need to cut the tofu, but I know that I have to drain this and everything, and I kind of want to do that like later. So the recipe called for, what did it call for? I gotta watch this video again. Okay, so we add 1 liter of water into the pot, and then we put the chicken directly on there because that's what's going to make the chicken broth. And then if there's any white foam coming up to the top, we're supposed to take that out. And 1 liter is approximately 4 cups of water-ish. That's 1. 2. 3. This should make our 4th. Okay, I'm gonna start up the fire. I don't know if that was supposed to be done first or after. I don't know, but I think I'm supposed to wait till the water boils and then I can put the chicken in. But something else has me confused because where is the top of my pot? Where did I put her? How do you start missing the top of your pot? Y'all, I don't know. I don't know where she is. What? Y'all, I found it. My husband big brained it and he put the top inside of the big pot, which is a little bit bigger than that one. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh my gosh. I was literally searching like the living room. I was like, where is it going to be? I don't remember. I don't know. I just don't remember putting it away. That's crazy. Not me about to crash out because I can't find the missing top of my pot. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, while that is boiling, I am going to see how much of this like chicken stock we're supposed to like put in there, which I believe is 1 tablespoon of this. So we can do that, we can manage that. And I guess while that's boiling, I feel like I should talk to you guys a little bit more about like what has been going on here in Japan. A lot of the things that we've been doing is visiting secondhand stores. If you haven't checked out those videos yet, you can go ahead and click up here and that will show you all the stores that I've kind of visited. It's very different over here. I do like it a lot. It's very different. I think it just kind of slowly warmed up to it, and initially I thought that if I were to go abroad, I would automatically feel like this like oh my gosh, like I'm abroad and traveling the world, and it is like that, don't get me wrong, but I think part of it is that I had never been abroad before. Like, ever. I had never left the United States. The farthest that I had ever gone was Mississippi, which I also have a vlog about that. So if you want to watch that Mississippi vlog, you can watch that. Literally the farthest I had gone was Mississippi. I've gone to like Mississippi, Utah. I think I've been to Arizona and Washington, but I wasn't really traveling a lot because I was going to school. Like, I was going to school for my bachelor's to eventually apply to a PA program, which, if you guys don't know about that, I will also link that, because that played like a huge part in my life. So basically, when I got here, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I am abroad, but it's also like, yeah, you're not visiting abroad, you're actually living here. So I think the mentality of visiting a country is very different than living in one, because I don't think everybody, I don't know, I don't think there's a lot of things that go through people's mind at the time of visitation. So when you go to, like, I don't know, a Red Robin, and they're like, oh, would you like ketchup, or would you like this? And then the waiter's like, oh, I like your shirt, like, where did you get it? Or just something like that type of interaction. That cannot happen here for me in Japan, because I don't speak the language fluently like that. So those little, like, conversations that you have with people, it doesn't happen very often here. So it's very different. And I think part of my drive, or like part of my motivation to learn Japanese, is because I would like a lot more of those interactions. Or if I could just ask the people, like, oh, do you know any, good local areas to visit as like a first timer here in Okinawa? Or, I don't know, do you know any ramen shops, or just something along those lines. And I feel like it's very difficult to do that when, of course, you don't speak the language where the majority of it is Japanese. So it definitely is something to get accustomed to, but it is easy to get around with the little bit of Japanese that I know, and some people do know English, which is very helpful. So yeah, that is just like one aspect of like what it is that's going on. Now I'm gonna check this pot. It has bubbles. Not quite yet bubbling though. Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit more, I guess, from me directly towards you guys instead of just showing you through my vlogs. This video is a little bit different than the ones I usually do. So if you guys do enjoy these types of videos more, or if you want to see them once in a while, or just anything in general, feel free to leave me comments down below, because I genuinely like to make these videos. Not only does it help me, like, physically to be busy here in Japan currently that I'm not working, but also like mentally and emotionally it helps me to make these videos, just because it keeps me busy. But also I love reading your guys' comments, and it's so nice to feel that, I get to share a little bit of my life with you guys, and also a little bit of Japan and the stuff that I get to see and the stuff that I get to explore or taste, or get to know, or things that I discovered that I didn't know. So feel free to leave me comments or questions or things that you're curious about here in Japan, or me. Works both ways. And again, I apologize if it's still a little bit awkward. Your girl is a little shy. Wooden spoon. Okay, I am now going to put the chicken in, since it is officially, there. Okay, the chicken is in. And then I believe basically the chicken thighs that are in there, if I am correct with the water, that's what's going to create the broth. So I believe I need to still let that boil for a little bit. So I am going to cover that up until it is done. And then I am going to take a little break meanwhile, and then I will come back for her. Okay, that chicken is boiling. I didn't even get to show you guys, but like, it almost popped off. Like the water literally overflowed. My break that I was taking was too long. Meanwhile though, I'm gonna go ahead and open this. And they said 1 tablespoon. One tablespoon. I'm just gonna put that aside. I'm thinking maybe I could use this just to scoop up all that stuff he was talking about. And I guess we'll see if that works. I think it is though. Girl, I'm gonna burn myself. I have to turn the fan on. I hope this doesn't affect the audio. So, bear with me. Okay, I'm going to check this video one more time. I feel like I watched it at least 50 times. I believe he adds the chicken stock after that. We're watching. We're loading. There we go. We put the chicken broth in. So I'm gonna mix that. Giving you guys a little view of what this currently looks like. After that, he went ahead and just added in his ingredients. But because we are not confident, we are going to watch this video again. Okay, he added the cabbage. I think like 3 of these and like this small one should be like good. And then he added his carrots. He added, I know it doesn't have to be in the exact order, but like, I am so paranoid. My husband doesn't really like mushrooms, but I'm hoping that the mushroom just gives it flavor. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like it because of the texture, but the flavor itself, I believe, is fine. I need to add the tofu in, so I need to strain this and add it in. In the video that I was watching, it said that they wanted firm tofu because soft tofu wouldn't like survive like all the boiling. So what I'm hoping is that I chose the right type of tofu. I don't know if I did. I managed to get like what, like, y'all, I called it. I feel like as soon as I touch it, I guess that just tells me that this was probably not firm tofu. He used a full tofu like in his video, so I'm gonna assume we are putting the full one in as well. Okay, this is what we're currently working with. I'm gonna go ahead and just push everything down a little bit, just so everything is actually getting submerged under water or under the chicken broth / stock. And then I'm going to cover it up again and let it boil so the cabbage gets all soft. Oh, let's hope that tastes well. Okay, while I covered that up, I'm gonna get started on like that little sauce that he does at the end, which is sesame oil and soy sauce. He does 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. 1 teaspoon. So let me work on that. 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. And then 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And then I believe he just mixes it. Oh my god, it never fails. Now my only question is, does he put it into the whole thing, or it says dip in the sauce and enjoy? I would assume that would be too much sauce for the whole, just like a bowl. Or is it? I'm so stressed. Let's watch the video one last time. Okay, I think he adds it to the whole pot, because he just add that into the little bowl. I'm gonna say that is way too salty. So I'm gonna put this back. Oh wait, no wonder it's not boiling. I had lowered the heat. I was supposed to raise the heat. As you can tell, this is why I'm so hesitant to cook. I just feel like there's so many things going on, and I'm like, okay. Considering it's 1 liter of water, I feel like this isn't a lot of sauce for the whole thing. But I also, you know what, I don't even want to experiment, because whenever I'm like, oh, like, that doesn't really look quite right, or this or that, and then I try to do it my own way, does not come out correct. Follow the recipe, Ashley. Follow the recipe. Don't experiment. By the time I'm done cooking this, I feel like, because I had an onigiri, I had gone to 7-Eleven before this, and I got this mini Coke, and I got the tuna mayonnaise onigiri, because I was like, I already know I'm going to take a while to make this food. So I might as well get myself something to eat, because I know I'm going to take too long to make this. That's how I am with like all new recipes. I just want to make you guys proud, and myself. This actually smells really good. Whoa, it smells like I actually cooked something, you guys. That is crazy. I am really excited to try this, because if it actually comes out good, this is just something else I can put under my belt of dishes that I actually know how to make. I know I keep opening it. I should let it boil. But I just cannot believe that it actually smells so good. Did I make this or what? Have you guys ever like looked at somebody and then you're just like, dang, like they're so cool? Back when I lived at Travis, I used to hang out with this girl a lot. I'm not going to mention her name for her privacy reasons, I guess. But she was such a good cook, okay? Such a good cook. And it wasn't just like, oh, like, she's a good cook. No, like, my friend knew how to cook a meal, and it tasted like home food. Like, I don't know if you guys ever, like, tasted, when you taste it, and then it kind of gives you, like, this feeling of nostalgia, like, back when you were a kid, or something like that. Whenever I would whenever I would taste her food, it would always, like, bring me back, like, home. Even though she was cooking completely different, like, dishes, like, I never ate what she cooked when I was a kid, but it still gave me the nostalgic feeling of, like, oh, I'm, like, at home, I'm, like, I don't know what that emotion is called, but, like, that is what her cooking would take me, and it was just, like, the best thing ever, and I'm, like, oh, I really want to learn how to cook like that, where, like, I can cook something and be, like, oh, you know, like, I'm kind of missing home, or I really craving like this specific type of taste, be able to like make that nostalgic cooking and make something that's gonna, I don't know, be comforting, I guess, in that sense. Because I'm being so for real, like, I am in Japan, which is on the other side of the world, and I am not tasting my mom's cooking anytime soon because I am so far away. So it would be nice if I could, you know, replicate some of her dishes. But growing up, I was never really in the kitchen with my mom. I kind of regret that now, being an adult, where I feel like if I would have taken more time, or like if I would have had more patience, like as a kid or as I was growing up, I probably could have learned how to cook some of the things that she made for me, that now that when I visit her, I'm like, hey mom, like, can you cook this for me? Or I would really appreciate it if you can make this specific dish because it was one of my favorites, whatever it was. I don't know. I guess that's why I kind of have like a little hesitancy when learning how to cook, because I feel like I'm not good at it. I have a hard time following directions. And the distraction that I automatically have, I feel like it just makes cooking 10 times harder. But this looks really good. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to taste it and see if it's actually edible. Because if it is edible, then I have achieved what I needed to achieve. I think next I'm gonna go ahead and add the sauce. Y'all, not over it. It smells so good. Okay, it has been added. And I'm just going to mix that in a little bit. I'm trying hard while I mix this not to like mess up the shape of like the tofu. So I'm just kind of like moving it on the sides. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked how it smelled better without the sauce in there. I want to say that that is now ready to serve. Okay, it smells better now. And I am going to serve. I feel like this is such a big bowl. Literally changed my mind. I'm gonna use these small bowls that I have and serve it here actually. Just, you know, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of mushroom, a little bit of tofu, and chicken. I, for one, really like cabbage. And this is what it looks like. Can y'all see? She looks cute. Okay, at this point, I am just going to try it and hope that this tastes okay. So I'm gonna try the cabbage first, just because I love cabbage. That's very good. This chicken has more flavor than any other chicken I have ever made in my life. That is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna try the tofu. It's really good. Okay, I need to check the carrots though too, because I feel like the carrots, not that they're the hardest, but like you want to make sure that they're soft. The mushrooms are very good. You guys, this was a success. I can't even speak. This was a success. I'm so proud of myself right now. And I just want to say thank you for staying this long into the video, because if I would have had $1 for every time I said, let's watch this video again, I would probably be rich. Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching. And if you guys enjoyed this, if you guys like these little, I don't know, chats, let me know. I will see you in my next video.